I keep seeing these terrifying doom gloom posts on Reddit, around YouTube, about how AI is going to take our jobs as freelance writers. And back in, I think, 2019, I was talking to my husband about the first AI writers I had seen on AppSumo. And he was asking me, well, how well do they perform? Do you think they're going to be a problem? And I think he was looking for an answer that was like, they'll be a problem in about like 10 years. And I said, I think they're going to be a big problem within 2 to 3 years. That was not the answer he was expecting. But now that we're here in 2023, and kind of looking back on that, like, one, I'm happy I was clairvoyant for once. And two, how right am I? And how, what kind of problem is this going to become for freelance writers? So first, I want to talk about what these AI writers do, the problems that they have, and what they might kill, and if they do, how you can essentially ensure job security. So first, let's talk about how these AI writers work. ChatGPT specifically uses something called transformer architecture. And essentially what that does is it's been fed terabytes of old blog posts, articles, things like that from 2021 up to 2021 that it uses to essentially create a recipe and deliver an output based on the parameters it's given, the prompts, if you want. So if I say to ChatGPT, I need a blog post about will AI kill freelance writing, it'll take those ingredients that I've given it, freelance writing, AI, kill, and utilizes that pattern to read what I'm trying to say and deliver an output based on that. And it's funny, just as a side note, when I was doing research on this, seeing all of the people that utilized AI to answer this question. And AI would, the outputs would be like, no, it's not going to kill freelance writing. It can't. It misses the human connection thing. And I just thought it was really funny that I feel like AI wouldn't say it's going to kill freelance writing. I doubt it would be like, I'm coming for you in your job. I think that would freak people out too much. So it's probably been, I don't think it's sentient, obviously, but I think that it's just kind of interesting that it knew to put a positive spin on it and quell fears. I just thought that was kind of interesting. So let's get to the point of, will it kill freelance writing? And I don't think it will completely kill freelance writing. I think that there are some jobs that are in danger, but not if you play it smart. And the reasons that I think that it won't completely kill human freelance writing is it can't replace know, like, and trust. And if you're not familiar, know, like, and trust is a marketing term for sales funnels. So the first level is know, where people start to learn about the product you're offering, learn about you, figure out if this is something that piques their curiosity. Some people won't, and they'll leave. Some people will, and they move further into the funnel. And the next part is like. Do they like what you're saying? Do they like the product that you're going to deliver? Famous trope about selling is that people are buying from people. They're not buying a product. They're buying something because they have a connection to something in that. And even with giant corporations, there's still some sort of, I like what this corporation does or stands for or something like that. There's still like a personality to it. And that is the like aspect. Then some people will like you, some people won't. They leave. The ones that like you move into trust. Trust is the final part of, can they trust, based on the information they've been given, that they will be able to, you'll be able to deliver what you promise, whether it's the transformation, the guarantee, things like that. Whatever you're offering, is that, can they trust you're going to deliver that? And that's when they buy from you. And I feel like there's a human aspect to that AI just can't, for the moment, deliver. It can't give you this contact, this touch, and it sounds kind of corny to say that, but I really do think that's going to be an issue for selling, because I don't know, it just, I can't give you any sort of clear statistical data on that yet, but that's just something that my intuition is coming up with, that there's going to be some human part of the content that a writer does that it just can't replicate. Which segues into another reason I think it's not going to be able to completely replace humans. It can't get the tone right. And you've seen these websites that have tossed out their entire writing team and substituted it with AI. And I don't even know if they have editors, but like MSN did it. I think CNET did it. It's just horrible content. It's so badly written that it's just shocking that there's no oversight to it. And so there's a tonality that AI just can't seem to get right. Another reason is that all the data for ChatGPT currently is from 2021 or before. So it's 2023 as of this filming. That's a huge gap in data, in recent changes to science, to medicine, to trends, things like that. It's running on bad data that you, hopefully as a writer, can overcome. You have access to current statistics, current research, current trends that ChatGPT currently does not have. So I think that's another reason that it's really not going to completely wipe out your job. And there's just too much of a human component that people search for, the authenticity, I guess I'm trying to say, that people search for that AI just can't replicate. It's being fed data that is outdated, that doesn't have the personal experience of something. Like if I want a new camera and I want to search for the best camera for vlogging, then AI can give me a list, but I want someone's experience. I want someone who's at my level tech-wise. I want to know how something worked for them, like what features they found really cool. I don't want bland data. And that goes back to the know, like, and trust funnel. I know what I'm looking for. I need to feel like there's a human connection there. It's the like part. And then I gotta trust that you're giving me the right information because of the the action. I'm going to be purchasing a camera, most likely based on recommendations that I find. And I can't trust AI. I know I'm harping on this, so we'll get to the next part. But that all said, don't be naive and think that it's never going to happen. Don't think that you are safe forever or even for the rest of the year, because OpenAI, Google, whomever is creating these kind of apps, their incentive is to get customers. And unfortunately, it is becoming a zero-sum game on utilizing something cheap like ChatGPT versus a writer. The spectrums will shift. So don't be naive and think that this funnel or these reasons are going to be permanent. I feel like it's going to be something that is being held for now, but you need to really start focusing on your game plan. So here are some tips that I have for you on how to shore up your income source. 1, establish your authority. I think that it's really time right now for you to start understanding the product that you deliver and why people should seek you out. I think that it is really a time more than ever that you need to establish yourself as a provider of transformation. And I realize that that's kind of silly to say transformation because you're not, you're not a plastic surgeon, you're not a doctor, you're a writer. And what kind of transformation are you offering? Well, the transformation for your clients on getting their sales funnels built with content or things like that. You really need to start focusing on having ways for people to come to you because they see you as an authority in your space. So if you're personal finance like me, or if you are marketing, home decor, or medical, mental health, whatever, the more you start putting yourself out there and talking about yourself as an authority, the more that's going to catch on and people are going to start coming to you for their content rather than going to AI because they want your clout, they want your expertise. They want your authority. They want to bank off of that. And the more you have of that, the better off you're going to be having a sales funnel that constantly develops leads for you. Second, work on your USP, and that is unique selling proposition. It is the thing that helps you stand out the most. And it's kind of like authority, but it's more about what is the hook that you deliver in a pitch. And if you need help with that, in my members library, I have this great workbook I created called the Niche Marketing Workbook, and it's there to help you figure out what it is you need to focus on to create that proposition that really grabs people and makes them want to work with you. And my members library is totally free. You can sign up at meganbrame.com/members. Next, consider moving into editing. If you're really worried, if you do like content mill stuff or really, forgive the expression, but low barrier of entry writing, then you are probably susceptible first to being cut. And so if you're able to sort of tweak your skill set into going for editing, you can start to utilize, like you're going to become a standout in this world because you are trained or have trained yourself on how to edit AI articles. And that's still something that's going to be desperately needed. They're still going to need to be edited, fact-checked, things like that. And so if you feel like you're seeing the writing on the wall, you can consider pivoting to editing. Next option, change what you offer. And I don't mean that in the sense of like move completely, 90-degree pivot. Instead, do the things that AI can't do. Updated statistics, citations, one-on-one interviews. Offer those sorts of things that AI just can't replicate. AI has been shown repeatedly to just make up quotes and make up facts, and which can be really problematic. So if you're able to separate yourself from that and say, I am someone who thoroughly researches, gives my references, gives citations, pulls statistics, I'll call experts and interview them for you. Like, the more you offer that, I think the more you're going to be able to stand out from people who think that, like, we'll try AI, but oh no, AI is not working for us. Or we know that AI isn't going to work for us, but we still need a writer. But so, like how can the content team sell this to the accounting team? Well, we can buy an AI program, but we can't guarantee that it's going to be factual, and that's going to come to bite us later on. But if we hire a writer who specializes in these kind of research-based articles or interviews or things like that, then we have a much higher chance of not hurting our own sales funnel and losing the trust of our customers. Another option for you is to diversify your income streams. And I talk about this in my video on how bloggers make money, that the more options that you have, the more buckets you're going to be able to pull from should one falter. And if you're on Upwork, if you're on Fiverr, if you're just on LinkedIn, like if you're just focusing on one, you're going to be more susceptible to having your income stream messed with. So I think that it's in your interest to start diversifying your income streams. Now, that can be going on multiple platforms. That can be starting to build affiliate blogs for yourself, selling courses, becoming an authority, and monetizing that, things like that. There's no right or wrong way to do that, but it does make sense for you to really start thinking about how are you going to spread your income streams out so that if AI pulls this one client from you, you're not, SOL. And lastly, and most importantly, study your enemy. I guess this isn't an option for how to keep your job, but it kind of is. So if you study your enemy and learn how these AI writers work, you will be in such a better position to keep them from taking your job and understanding how you can pitch yourself to clients and make sure that they understand the proposition that you have and that you offer that AI just can't do because you've used these things, you've tried them. They're not doing the thing that I am doing. Here's what I'm doing. Here's why it's so great. Here's why you should hire me. And what we're going to do in my next video is use one of these writers called Ghostwriter that Tailwind has just launched, and just check it out. see how this works. No judgment on either side, but I want you to start thinking about how you can get your head out of the sand, essentially, and learn and know your enemy. And, a very like art of war kind of thing, but it is what it is. And it's true. You need to really start learning how these things work so that you can use that information to your advantage and use it as a weapon to keep your business alive. There you go. I hope that was helpful. I will see you in the next video.